Welcome to another video, and I just want to give you guys a little bit of a life update and property update mainly, but I have a few things I want to say before we get into the property update. And one is, I know that I've been like MIA lately as far as posting videos, and that is just because July was an absolutely crazy month for us. We went to Ohio 2 weekends out of the 4. So that's just been crazy. And then when we were here, we've just had a lot going on, and we haven't really had time to work on any projects or get anything done. So that is another reason why there's not really been anything to film, just because we've been so busy. But starting next week, you want to have your notifications on, because I'm going to be posting videos Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then I will continue to post shorts Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. If you've noticed, I've been getting shorts out. I've been needing to keep content out there for you guys. It's just not been in long form videos. So, but that is going to change. I finally am going to get into a groove, and we are starting to work on projects again. So we have things that we want to show you and document. So you don't want to miss these videos that are coming out. I'm going to be starting a series of videos, so you don't want to miss those. So make sure that notification button is turned on. And now let's get into the property update. I am walking over here by the garden, and I'm just going to say that we have a lot of big plans for next year, and possibly a greenhouse if we can get it built. And we have learned so many things that we want to do differently next year. The only thing that we have growing yet are peppers and watermelon. Everything else is kind of just done for the year, or we kind of have gave up on it. But big things happening next year for the garden. So again, the weeds we kind of have just taken over. The tomatoes we kind of chalked up to a loss. As you can see, there is one right there, but a lot of times, even if they look okay, they have had, holes in them. They're cracked. I do not recommend these sick things we have. We will be doing something totally different next year. We already have plans. I also think the soil was not perfect for tomatoes. The peppers are doing pretty good. We actually are getting peppers. Like you can see there that they are growing. It's not been the best process, and a lot of times they turn black. Like this one, it looks really good. But some of the jalapeno peppers are turning black on us. I think it's just we get a lot of rain, or we don't get enough rain. So we have been getting peppers. There's a cucumber plant right there, and we did get quite a few cucumbers. So tomatoes about the only loss so far. This right here just kind of got all mowed down. These were onions, and they rotted. We had Brussels sprouts. They did not do anything. We had broccoli. So all this right here we just mowed down. This right here is more cucumbers. I think they are done for the year. We did get quite a few cucumbers, so that was good. This all right here was squash, and that was probably our best harvest of the whole entire garden. They just got to the point, I think, where they were done with their, life. They might have died because they got too dry. I'm not sure, but we honestly were tired of squash. We probably got close to 50 squash on these 4 plants right here. So they lived their life. They gave us plenty of produce, so we were not mad about that at all. The watermelon took off. This was one plant, and as you can see, we put this black stuff down to help control the weeds. And this stuff I would recommend all day long. It worked over there for the peppers, and it's worked really well here. Is this the right thing to do for watermelon? We have no idea. But as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's more in there that we can't see. There's 7. So there is quite a bit of watermelon that we have gotten off this plant. We have not ate any watermelon here yet. It's just they're growing. Now, will they rot? I don't know. But we've been watering it. We've been turning it over. Again, never grew watermelon before, but this, as you can see how big this plant is, it seems to be thriving, so it must like this soil. But that is just your quick little garden update. Again, not going to spend too much time in these. These are willow trees that my husband has been growing. So if you missed that video, I will link it down below. I believe it was the last video. I talked about how he did this in Ohio, and you just take a willow branch and you put it in the ground and it starts growing a willow tree. So we plan on planting willow trees. This is where the strawberries were. Obviously, you can't even see them. We gave up on them very early because next year we are going to be putting strawberries in a pot. But that is my garden update for you. We still want to do some in the ground next year, but we also want to do a lot of raised beds and different pots and possibly a greenhouse. So again, we have a lot of plans for our garden next year. With this being our first time garden, it wasn't a total failure. We got, like I said, a lot of squash, a lot of cucumbers, and the peppers were hit or miss, and we still have watermelon growing. Now let's go on in here and I'm going to show you an update. Here is the loft update. He is putting floor joists in, and then we will put plywood on top of that, and this is what we are going to use for storage. We have a whole bunch of stuff still in storage, totes, different things that, you know, like Christmas decorations and stuff like that. So it's all going to go up there, and I'm sure we'll fill every bit of it. We were planning on doing a loft right here, but as of right now, we are not going to be doing that quite yet. I will take you outside and explain why we are not doing that in a minute, but this is what we're doing. So this is where plans have changed. I know in one video I talked about we were going to add on here, and then the next video I said we weren't doing that anymore, but we are back to this. So pretty soon, hopefully in the next couple weeks, we'll be getting groundwork done right here, and we are going to be putting a lean-to from a little past that door to the end of the building there, and this is where we're going to keep and have like a garage per se, and be able to keep things nice that we just don't necessarily want in there, and have a place to work on vehicles and stuff like that. Now I'm on the back of the building, and we are also going to be doing a lean-to off the back. So we are going to for sure get this groundwork done. This is a hill right here, so we have to dig all this out as far as we want the lean-to go and get all this groundwork ready, and then eventually we will be adding a lean-to on. I think it's going to be mainly open. We might close a little bit off of it because we need more hay storage, but it's not going to be fully enclosed like the other one is on the other side of the building. So we are definitely adding on to this building because we realize that we definitely need more storage. And we also are going to be fixing this and making this just a tad bit wider because we want to be able to park the trailer here and stuff like that. So this is kind of the future plans at the moment. And whether, I know for sure that other lean-to on the other side is getting done ASAP, and the groundwork is all going to get done. Just not exactly sure if this one is going to get built right away, and my husband might build this one himself. So we're just not exactly sure on what we are doing with that. So update for this side of the property. Now let's go over to our house. Another thing I almost forgot about, and this is shop and horse barn related, is they came and put this power pole in this week. So they had to get power from across the road, and then they had to plant this pole, and then from this pole we will be doing underground over there to that side of the building. So the groundwork will be done, and we will be putting underground electric in before this lean-to gets added on. So that is the plan, and I almost forgot to show you, but this is a big deal because we have not had power down here since obviously we moved here, and we've been just using battery powered lights for the horse barn, like in the mornings when my husband feeds and stuff, but we have no lights whatsoever in there. Getting along just fine without it, but just another step in the process of getting electric and getting our property completely how we want it. So the horses are outside enjoying this beautiful day. Socks is over there. Nothing really here has changed, and they're just enjoying the day. Socks is coming to say hi, aren't you, buddy? You see the butterfly flying around? We see so many butterflies down here and we love it. There's like 2 or 3 of them right there. You say hi? So you guys haven't been in a video in a while, have you? So I'm going to save more of a house update video, like the inside and things like that, for another video. But I'm just going to kind of explain what we're doing out here. You can see that this right here slopes down, and where we have that foundation sealer right there, that is how high the ground is going to be brought up. So I'll take you around and show you on the other side as well. We are going to bring it up some here because it does dip down some right here. We just don't know exactly how far we're going to go up, so that's why there's no sealer on that yet. But over here where our cars are parked, there is going to be a driveway for our home, and it's going to come right off the road right there where those posts are. That used to be a fence, and we took the fence down. We just haven't pulled the posts yet, but they will be putting a culvert in right there because there's a ditch right there, and they will be making us a driveway all right here. So there's Trigger. He said, "Hi, Trigger." I'm on this side of the home now, and this is obviously where we are going to bring the dirt up as well. So all this dirt work is going to be done over there. We have an access to the crawl space in our air conditioner, so it will not be really brought up much over there because 1, it doesn't need to be, and 2, we really can't. So mainly right here we are bringing all this dirt in because it is really low right here. And then over here as well. And you can see standing right here how that ground just slopes down into the home. So if I stand back here and show you, this is our temporary pole for Wi-Fi. But if I stand right here, eventually this is all going to be flattened out. So we are bringing dirt up all the way to that sealant line, and this will all be, the water will shed the right way, and it will all look nice, and we will be able to landscape and plant grass because we are over all the mud.